10 manufacturers, 273 drivers coming from 45 different countries. All the continents are represented. We have 5 classes and 24 hours of great racing. Welcome, everyone, to the biggest GT race in the world, the CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa. I'm very, very pleased and honored to welcome all of you for this press conference. Thank you for being here at Spa-Francorchamps. Thank you for watching us on YouTube as well, on the YouTube channel. More than 730,000 followers on YouTube. Thank you for being with us. We will start this SRO annual press conference. So talking about the CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa for the 3rd year in a row, indeed, we say CrowdStrike as the title sponsor. George Court, come with us. We are very pleased to have George with us, racing and being the title sponsor. He is the CEO and founder of CrowdStrike. Thank you, George.
Well, fantastic. It's great to be here. Stephane, of course, thank you for hosting such an incredible event, and obviously worked very closely with Greg Gill in the US. And just a number of years ago, feels like yesterday, you guys asked me, hey, this title sponsorship is up. What do you think? And we jumped at the chance of it. It's just such an iconic race, something that I'm lucky enough to be able to participate in. But if you think about the best GT racing in the world and the best race in the world, and how many people are watching this, it's an incredible exposure for us. And people always ask us, well, cybersecurity racing, how does it all come together? You may have seen us on a few other cars, you know, around the world. It comes together because it's really about speed, technology, and I think the key to success in this race is really risk management. And that's what security is. I mean, you could have the fastest car in the world, but if you don't manage risk in 24 hours with the same type of machinery, you're going to have a problem. So we've got, I think, 200 guests out here. It's been great for us on the commercial side. I hope it's been, you know, we've been a great partner to SRO. And I think Stephane needs some work on his booking system. He's like the airlines. He just overbooks, you know. He's got so many cars out here, but it's amazing that we've got so many people that are out here. I think it's going to be pretty busy on the track, but that's what's going to make it special. So can't thank you guys enough for the partnership, and we look forward to many more years and continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, George. And we have indeed a new record for the GT era with 75 cars, all fueled by Total Energies. We will welcome Laurent Stouff, Director of Business Development and Innovation for Total Energies Marketing, Belgium. Welcome, Laurent.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Stephane. I'm very delighted to be with you today and to speak on behalf of Total Energies. You know, Spa-Francorchamps is not only a race and endurance place, it's a place where racing competition meets innovation, technological innovation, and everyone here has a commitment to prove that we have a commitment to be more responsible in the mobility. It's the reason why Total Energy is very proud to support you in this transition. And indeed, for the 2nd years, we are providing all teams with a new fuels, Excellium Race 100. This new fuels is a fuels product from circular agriculture, and more specifically from viticultural activities. That means more you drink wines, more we are able to produce fuels sustainable. So it's very amazing. And keep in mind that by using these fuels, you will be able to reduce your greenhouse gas emission by at least 65% in comparison with fossil fuels. So it's a good proof that Total Energy is part in the transition energy and to produce and to provide for everyone, all consumer fuel for the future. Anyway, I wish you a good edition for this 24 hours Spa-Francorchamps edition. All success, and keep in mind safety first.
Thank you very much, Laurent. And I think we are all looking forward to share a glass of wine with him, but after the press conference. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, he is the CEO and the founder of SRO Motorsports Group. It's the annual press conference. We will talk about the future, of course. Stephane Ratel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa and welcome to our annual press conference. We will go around the world to present you and update you on our various calendars. It's true that the challenge of now having the race at the end of June, it makes it more difficult than when we had it at the end of July because all our teams are scrambling to try to finalize the calendar. So you will see some TBCs here and there, but you will have a general overview of where we're going the next season. Of our global activities, I will start because it continues to be important as Total Energies are reminding us of our sustainability efforts that continues. We continue to invest. You know that all the teams around the world are covering a kind of a carbon tax, and SRO is also paying its share to offset its own emission, and we are investing in this project that you see around the world from Netherlands, Bulgaria, USA, Peru, Australia, Tanzania, China, and Thailand. And we are, of course, using the biofuel, and it's an effort we'll continue doing, and we will continue to do. We're still pushing the teams to make some other efforts. There are still a little bit too much plastic bottles around the paddock, but our sustainability manager, Juliana, was really passionate about it. We'll continue pushing, and we will continue to push teams to do the right thing for the environment. On our global activities, the next important one is the reborn of the Suzuka 1,000 kilometers, which has been for 40, 50 years the biggest endurance race in Asia, that unfortunately stopped due to COVID. And we are restarting it. It's a big commitment from SRO as part of the Intercontinental GT Challenge. We're very pleased with the response from the teams, and we are very confident we will have 25 to 30 GT3 cars for the revival of it. And it's a great satisfaction, and it should be a great race because it had a large public, and we hope to put it back really at the top of motorsport and endurance racing. We can present you the Intercontinental GT Challenge, which is now really stable with the Bathurst 12 hours in the middle of February. We still have to finalize the agreement with Supercars, which is the owner of the event, but we're working hard on it. Then the paddock 24 hours Nürburgring that you've seen spectacular last weekend, and thank God next year it will be in May. We're not going to have these three 24-hour races following each other, so we go back to a normal calendar. Then the CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa at the end of June, a traditional date we don't want to change, even if Formula One is getting nearer to us, and we want to be at least two weeks after Le Mans, so it's a good date. Then the Suzuka 1,000 kilometers, and then the Indianapolis 8 hours powered by AWS in October. So a stable calendar for that. Now Europe, our European activities. I would say Europe at the moment is a mixed feeling. The European series that you can see here, and as George pointed out, we're a bit on overbooking. While the national championship, it's true, it's a bit more difficult in France, in the UK. Many drivers want to race internationally in Europe, but the economy is quite difficult in a number of countries at the moment. But we continue pushing. We're not giving up on anything, and we're going to our GT World Challenge Europe is a huge success, as you know. We want this stable calendar. I'm not going to go race by race. The only change that we discussing with Patricia and Laurent, we want to give one new circuit every year. So we have well-established events, and we're very proud to say that this year we have record audience, record ticket sale on all of the 5 events, including, of course, the CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa. But that was the case at Paul Ricard, that was the case in Brandart, that was the case in Zandvoort, that was the case in Monza. So more and more spectators. It's really becoming popular. But we also want to change one event every year. So next year, the new one, we haven't been since for a long, long time. I don't know with FIA GT, FIA GT1 World, the last time we went to Portimao, but it's a great circuit, not the best one in terms of public audience, but I think it will be a welcome change for the team. So next year, we will conclude the season in Portimao in Portugal. For the GT4, traditional Paul Ricard, Monza, Spa, Misano, Zandvoort, and Portimao, going with GT World Challenge everywhere. Next is GT2. So GT2, I have to say, when I see only 9 cars here this weekend, we could say I have to stop. It's not reasonable, but in my office in London, I have a portrait of Winston Churchill, which says, never, never, never give up. So I'm not going to give up. I'm going to change we are going to change the fundamentals. And I want to thank the support of AMG Mercedes, the support of Maserati, the support of Pirelli to change it. And we thought at the beginning it had to be a series for people like me. Maybe that was my own enjoyment. I wanted to go back racing, and I said I need to create a club of guys my age to go racing on beautiful, fast cars. It did work. I mean, we had 14, 15 cars, but the dance floor, as I say always, the racing is a dance floor. More people you have to want to come in and dance. We never had a very big grid, and it's been difficult to attract people. So we said, let's change the fundamental. Let's go really to promote young drivers as well. So we're introducing a silver class for young drivers. We will have Pro-Am, no more limited. If an AM wants to race with a gold or a platinum, it's okay. Of course, we will continue having an AM class, so I can continue eventually to race. But the winner, the fastest silver driver, will, not the winner of the event, but something we introduced in France when we measure the performance of the driver on a combination of factors, which is qualifying time, best straight line, best 10 laps average, and we measure the pure performance of the driver. And the winner of this performance, racing on a Maserati or a Mercedes, will be offered a full season the following year in GT World Challenge Endurance in a very good AMG team. So it's, I think it's a very valuable prize. Cost entirely covered, also not the accident, but for the rest. So I think it's a very valuable prize for young drivers to join GT2. And also we're considering I'll probably put an endurance race, the idea being to promote people to go to GT World Challenge Endurance. I think it's good that we have one endurance race as part of what is proposed. And of course, all the events are together with GT World Challenge Europe. And talking about GT2, you might have seen in the paddock a new GT2 that I find extremely good looking, which should be also economically performant. With Ginetta. Ginetta has been a long partner for SRO, both in the world of GT4 and what we do in the UK, and I'd like to call Max Simpson to tell us a bit more about it.
Thank you, Stephane. Thank you, everybody. Spectacular event. Well done, Stephane, to you and your team. It's amazing to see and be part of the world's biggest GT race. So, Ginetta, we're a plucky company from the UK. We've been in business 67 years as a manufacturer. For the last 20 years, we've really pioneered grassroots into racing. So we're going out looking at track days, karting meetings. We have junior spec series, amateur spec series, and we offer a feeder all the way up to GT4 and now GT2. And we're really pleased to be here this weekend to show you all our GT2 car. It's a spectacular car. It's going to be a great value car. And with our ladder system we've got across the UK with our partner Stephane in the UK, and hopefully going out into America and around the world, we do feel we can bring plenty of cars and plenty of drivers to it. That's what Ginetta does. If you look at the grids this weekend, whether it's GT4, Lamborghini, even if the main race, there's tens of Ginetta drivers in the main race. We've got Lando Norris and Hadjar in F1, so we're good at finding a talent. We try and keep them for a little bit before the other manufacturers take them, but we now place in motorsport, and we're really proud to be here working with Stephane. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now that GT3 has been an amazing success for for 20 years next year, and to celebrate this 20 years of GT3. Oh, sorry, I went too quickly. Of course, British GT continues. This is the calendar, and we have, taking into account the economic environment at the moment, we have reduced it by one event. So we will have 6 instead of 7, and we do the same thing with the French Championship. We had 6 events, we're reducing by 5, but we maintain an attractive calendar. Same thing for French touring car, also going from 6 to 5 events, including here at Spa with a speed week. So I go back to what I was saying, we're celebrating 20 years of GT3 racing, and it's wonderful. They were wonderful cars. They are wonderful cars. They were the first car easy to drive for gentleman driver. They have made the success of the FIA GT3 and European Championship, where we launched it in 2006. They have made the success of the Blancpain Endurance Series. This car, the first 2 generations of this car, you have plenty of them. They are fun to drive. They have, they have ABS. They have traction control. They have everything that needed for this gentleman driver to really enjoy themselves. And we want to see them back. We want to see them back on our event and on other events. And we couldn't find a better partner than Peter Otto. And I want to introduce you and pass the mic to Marco Ayun, who will tell you more about this new series.
Hello, everybody. Very happy to be here, and it's, of course, very emotional to speak about GT3 Revival here in Spa, the temple of GT cars. And I would like to give you a few information about, what can I say? How can I sum up the ideas? Back to the future. Back to the future, because there is a very long history and association between Peter Otto and Stephane. I think you all remember the BPR. The BPR has really set the standards of GT cars and GT racing for decades, and it happened in the mid-90s, and we remember of the incredible races. Didn't last very long, but it was very intense. And so Peter Otto and Patrick Peter and Stephane worked together in the past, and I thought that it could be a good opportunity to restart a collaboration because, and as Stephane said, it's 20 years now of GT3 with Stephane, and these cars are beautiful. They are becoming iconic. They are fun to drive, as Stephane said. So we thought that we could organize something very exciting together, and that's what we are creating now with this new GT3 Revival series. So, for this series, we only decided to do the best that was possible to create an attractive championship for gentleman driver. So we joined forces. We celebrate the GT3 golden era. We start with the 2 first generation of cars between 2006 to 2013. And we will launch the series next year for the 20 years of GT3. And we will show you in a couple of seconds the calendar. You will see only the best racetracks. So the target, of course, are collectors, gentleman driver, former professional drivers, of course. As I told you, it's only the early generation of GT3, so genuine cars, very nice to drive, very authentic, with pure feeling and emotion. And this will be really a gateway to very, very attractive races for this target audience. As you know, there are many, many cars on the market from this period. This will be, as I told you, 2006 to 2013, so you will see cars like 458, Ferrari 458, Ferrari 430, Mercedes SLS, Audi R8 LMS, Corvette C06, Aston Martin, Vantage V12. So many, many models are on the market available, and we really want to preserve the original specificities of the car with, of course, all the know-how of SRO regarding simplified but existing balance of performance with a data acquisition box that will be in the car, a very cheap access to, I would say, a fair competition. And so you see here a few of the cars I just mentioned, and I want to show you the movie. Yeah. So for all of you who followed the history of GT3, this sounds really exciting, I think. So let's have a look on the calendar. You will see we selected really the best racetracks in Europe. We start, and we mixed also, that was very important to mix Peter Otto and SRO meetings to have both audience. You know that Peter Otto is leader in historic racing in Europe. We are just a couple of days ahead of Le Mans Classic. You will see Le Mans Classic next week with 700 race cars on the track representing 100 years of motorsport history. Here you have the best of modern GTs. So we mix the meetings. We'll start with test days in Le Castellet in March. Then we go with Stephane in Le Castellet in April for the first race weekend with the GT World Challenge Europe. Then we move to Spa Classic with Peter Otto in May, 22nd to the 24th of May. Then we move to Le Mans Classic. So as you may know, I just announced that Le Mans Classic will be a yearly event with two different formats, let's say a more modern format every 2 years called Le Mans Classic Legend. And we will start in 26 at Le Mans Classic Legend with a wonderful support race with our GT3 revival grid. That will be beginning of July. We'll announce the date just after Le Mans Classic in July this year. So then we continue with the Nürburgring end of August with the GT World Challenge Europe meeting, and we'll finish in October in Barcelona with, again, an SRO meeting. So I think a very good and very solid calendar to start the series next year. So that was it from my side. I'm very excited to work with you, Stephane, to continue this wonderful friendship and collaboration and connect historic and modern racing, because I think there is a lot of fun and a lot of potential to exploit together.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Allez. Thank you. No, really, the idea is to, you have the collector's market, which is in Peter Otto, and I know many teams in our paddock still have some of these cars, or they know the driver that were racing them 20, 15, 10 years ago, and that could be interested to come back at the wheel of their cars. So we are very confident it will be a big success, and I see some of you having cars. I'm thinking of my friend Vincent Vos. I saw his beautiful R8 LMS, and Vincent, I'm sure, is still very talented behind the wheel. So I expect many of you to be back in this great series. Here in the calendar. American activities, so stability, while trying to make it more efficient. In a way that one of the complaints of our American clients was that to say the events were a bit too long with many different series, and we're proud in America that now we have the support of important manufacturers, not only racing the car, but coming with their one-make series. We have the Toyota GR Cup in the US. Now we have the McLaren Trophy also in the US, in Europe and in the US. Thank you, McLaren. And therefore, it started to make the weekend very long. So Greg Gill and his team have worked on the new program, and the idea is to say that out of 4 days, some series will run only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and some other will race only on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's really the concept. So less time away from home and from work, more time in the car, shorter event. And in order to do that, we have also changed the format of GT World Challenge America, which had a bit of a strange format, being 2 races of 90 minutes, because our American friend wanted to do things different. But that had the cost of refueling, the cost of the extra personnel, while having the need of this long weekend with 1 race on Saturday, 1 race on Sunday. So to make it more efficient without changing anything in the cost, apart from having less time on the track and the personnel needed for it. We will have all the races being 3-hour races with the Indianapolis 8 hours at the end. So it's more understandable for everybody. It's better for the public. It's better for the drivers, and all the teams involved have given their full support to this change. And also GT America, which has suffered a bit this season. It's not as successful as it used to be. It was previously reserved only for GT3 and GT4 cars. We're opening it to Cup cars and to other manufacturers we're talking to. So that are the change we're putting for next year. The calendar is very standard, and I'm not going to go to the detail of it, but 2 events remain to be confirmed. There are negotiations going on. I think they are almost confirmed, but we will disclose the full calendar when I'm there in Road America by the middle of August. And that the same program for Pirelli GT4 America, for GT America powered by AWS, for TC America, powered by Skip Barber Racing School. In TC, we also had a bit of a difficult year with a lot less car, but we have a firm commitment with 3 of the touring car manufacturers that really want to push and grow the grid and grow the purse. So we're confident things will look better. Will look better for touring car in America, and we keep pushing like for GT2. Never give up. Asian activities, Asia is really our success story. We're very proud, and I want to salute the work of, I should salute the work of everybody at SRO, doing a wonderful job and being here today. But also, one is not here because he's at an event in Pingtan. You might never have heard of Pingtan, but Pingtan is a city, a resort of the coast of Fuzhou in China, where he's working on the SRO GT Cup, which has been a big success out of the box. That was the first race in the context of the Shanghai Formula One Grand Prix, where we had 33 cars from the start, all GT4, all new, decided in 2 weeks, and it has been an instant success. Now we are in Pingtan, and then we'll be at the Beijing Street Race, which is another big thing this year. It's very ambitious to do a street race anywhere in the world. It's maybe even more ambitious to doing it in China, and uber ambitious to doing in the capital city of China, which is Beijing. But we have a fantastic partner in China. Not only got us last-minute spot in the F1 Grand Prix in Shanghai, which is a performance in itself, but is putting together this event. The track is designed by Apex. It's a big project, and I really wish that all the manufacturers will really send representatives this year to look at it, because with this project, you are always like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Politically, it can be complicated, but I really think it's going to happen, and I'm really seeing it there to stay. So I really encourage all the manufacturers and our partners and sponsors to go and have a look at it, because it could be something particularly big. On the calendar, we are progressing. You have now in Asia a majority of Chinese team and driver. Very ambitious. Last year, it's 2 Chinese drivers that have won the championship against pairing with Asian and Europeans. So they all wanted 2 races in China, so we're pushing for that. We will start in Sepang, in Mandalika, then we will return to Shanghai, and we'll have a race in Fuji. Another race in Japan, which is to be finalized. We have different opportunities. And then the Beijing Street Race should return in October. That, in addition, you have, of course, Suzuka, the 1,000 kilometer, which is part of the Intercontinental GT Challenge. We have other, as I mentioned, we have also the Japan Cup, the SRO GT Cup, which is our Chinese series. The Japan Cup, which is a big success. I mean, when you think between GT World Challenge and Japan Cup, we will have 57 GT cars in Fuji in August, which is the biggest race, the biggest GT concentration we ever seen in Asia. So things are really continuing to grow. And also, I mean, I'm not going to say what has been said at Le Mans by Pierre Fillon, president of the ACO, but SRO, we are the joint partner of Asian Le Mans, and we've been pushing very hard for some time for the introduction of hypercars in Asia. It's a big project. We're talking to the manufacturers, and the idea is really to get, I don't know how many, my dream is between 6 and 8, but we will see hypercars which will give Asian Le Mans a different look, a different feel, a different headline, already in top of the fantastic grid we have of LMP2s, of GTs, and maybe then with this series is more promotable with big events, and then to grow it over time. An ambitious project, but we really believe in it. Australian activities, we're proud of our progress in Australia. We did a bit like in America. We started in a partnership, then we run the championship independently, and then we made an agreement with the Australian Federation to run the event in conjunction with them. So now we have a GT World Challenge Australia, powered by AWS. This is the calendar with one last event to be confirmed. And our success story is really GT4 in Australia. 2 years ago, there were 3 GT4 cars in Australia. Last year, there were 16, 17. This year, we have an almost full grid at 31 cars. And I think we can have more than that next year. It's part of the China Speed Series. It's all the series we organize jointly with the Australian Federation. And Ben and Abby, we are in Australia, are doing a great work to put all of this together. And also there we have the support of manufacturer with the One Next series. As part of the package, we have the Ferrari Challenge Australia. And next year we'll be welcoming the Mustang Cup Australia. So the whole package is getting bigger and better. Once again, none of this will be possible without the trust and the support of the manufacturers, of our partners, of all the teams and all the drivers around the world, and suppliers and industries that support the growth of GT racing globally. Thank you very much. I will see some of you, I hope many of you, for our annual prize-giving ceremony. I think after this long season, which really starts in beginning of February and then ends up at the end of November, we will have seen enough cars, enough roads. So I think we're going to go to the only place when there is no cars and no road for what could be the most beautiful prize-giving ceremony we ever made, which will be in Venezia on Saturday, November 22nd in Italy. And that one, you can't miss it. Thank you very much. I wish you a fantastic event and a fantastic what is left of the season.